You're listening to Manx Radio, and I'm Judith Lay, welcoming you to the podcast of Today at the Guild, results and winning performances from the Manx Music, Speech and Dance Festival.
Manx Radio coverage of the Manx Music Festival is brought to you with Spectrum Windows. Find them on Facebook or spectrumwindows.im.
This is Judith welcoming you to the next edition of Today at the Guild. To be honest with you, I have no idea what day it really is. All I know is we are having such a fantastic time down at the Villa Marina. We're just going from hall to hall and enjoying everything that's going on. And on top of it, all the sun shone today. We were outside a lot. We were talking, chatting. Some people were practicing, rehearsing before they went into their classes. It has been a classic day at the Guild, and I'm going to bring as much of it to you as I possibly can. We now know who the 6 contenders for the Cleveland Medal are going to be. The competition is on Friday night, and this, in its 100th year, is the highest award that the Manx Music Festival can offer to its finest adult solo voices. And I'll tell you who the lineup is, play you some of their music just a little bit later in the programme. But now we're going to the shows. This was the class in the Royal Hall last night. It is always a very, very popular class, very well supported in terms of competitors and in the terms of the audience as well. It's the songs from the musicals for our younger singers, our 14 to 18-year-olds. And again, our adjudicator was the wonderful Sarah Jeffries, who finished her time with us today. Other adjudicators will be working for the remaining days of the festival. And she was actually in tears as she left the Royal Hall. She did not want to go back. She had just enjoyed everything that she had heard and just didn't want to leave us. We'll have to see what we can do about bringing her back. It was, again, a wonderful mix of music that we were offered from our young singers. Own choice class, anything from the musicals. Interesting to see last night that there were some of what I would call the classic shows featured in there, as you will hear. The winner, with a very impressive 91 marks, is the first person who is going to sing for you tonight. So congratulations to class winner Maddie Wood, who chose, I said we were getting some of the classic shows back in again, from Thoroughly Modern Millie, Gimme Gimme. This is Maddie Wood, 91 marks she got for this. The accompanist for this class is Madeleine Kelly. This is Maddie Wood.
A simple choice, nothing more. This or that, either or. Marry well, social world, businessman, clever girl, or pin my future on a green glass love. What kind of life am I dreaming of? I say, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me that thing called love. I want it. Give me that thing called love. I need it. Highs and lows, tears and laughter. Give me happy ever after. Give me that thing called love. Give me that thing called love. I crave it. Give me that thing called love. I crave it. Thick and thin, reach your time. Give me years and I want more time. Give me that thing called love. Give me that thing called love. I'm free now. Give me that thing called love. I say now fly down, sing a sparrow. Give me Cupid's famous arrow. Give me that thing called love. I don't care if he's a nobody. In my heart, he'll be a somebody. Somebody.
just love to play a little bit of the applause there for you so that you can hear how well received that performance was in the Royal Hall last night. At first place, 91 marks for Maddie Wood and Gimme Gimme from Thoroughly Modern Millie. In second place, again choosing a classic show for her song, it was Eve Puzzar, who had 90 marks. This shows you what high standard this class was. 90 marks from Cabaret. Maybe This Time. This is Eve Puzzar.
Maybe this time I'll be lucky. Maybe this time he'll stay. Maybe this time, for the first time, love won't hurry away. He will hold me fast. I'll be home at last. Not a loser anymore, like the last time and the time before. Everybody loves a winner, so nobody loved me. Lady peaceful, lady happy, that's what I long to be. 'Cause all the odds are they're in my favor. Something's bound to begin. It's gotta happen sometime. Maybe this time I'll win. 'Cause everybody, oh, they love a winner, so nobody loved me. Lady peaceful, lady happy, that's what I long to be. 'Cause all the odds are they're in my favor. Something's bound to begin. It's gotta happen sometime. Maybe this time, maybe this time, I'll win.
From Cabaret, Maybe This Time, Eve Puzzar, and for that fine performance, Eve earned 90 marks. Now, we're staying with the same class, and before I play the music, I want to take you back to the year 2015. And the Sheffield Plate, the Sheffield Plate being the competition for young voices, the Cleveland Medal for Young Voices, effectively. It's a series of solo voice classes, and the winners of each of those classes compete for the Sheffield Plate. And in the year 2015, one of those contenders for the Sheffield Plate was a very sweet little boy. This little boy had to sing a song all about going to bed and being frightened in the night by sounds in the night. And William Shooter won his class. He went forward to compete for the Sheffield Plate, and he turned up in his pyjamas and dressing gown with his teddy bear, which of course was a completely appropriate outfit to wear for a song about being frightened in the night and not being able to sleep. He was very cute, not just very cute, also a very accomplished young singer. Well, he's grown up a bit now, and he sang very effectively in songs from the musicals last night, got a very creditable 89 marks, and his choice was from a very different musical, more recent than the last two we've listened to, a musical from the late 1990s called The Civil War, and the Civil War in this question is the American Civil War, and it's quite a hard-hitting musical, this. It asks us to look at the war from the viewpoints of the Union, the Confederate and the slave viewpoints, and to challenge views and morality, and it's a pretty deep show. And William chose a song from that, so let's listen now. William Shooter singing from the Civil War, Tell My Father. This is William Shooter.
Tell my father that his son didn't run or surrender, that I bore his name with pride as I tried to remember. You are judged by what you do while passing through. As I rest 'neath fields of green, let him lean on your shoulder. Tell him how I spent my youth, so the truth could grow older. Tell my father when you can, I was a man. Tell him we will meet again, where the angels learn to fly. Tell him we will meet as men, for with honor did I die. Tell him how I wore the blue, proud and true, through the fire. Tell my father so he'll know I love him so. Tell him we will meet again, where the angels learn to fly. Tell him we will meet as men, for with honor did I die. Tell him how I wore the blue, proud and true, like he taught me. Tell my father not to cry, then say goodbye.
My goodness me, that's a powerful song, isn't it? Beautifully delivered there for us by William Shooter. Tell My Father is the name of the song from the musical The Civil War. And a little reminder that the accompanist for this class is Madeleine Kelly. And as always, Throughout this competition, the adjudicators always give full credit to the dedication of our accompanists and their skill and the support that they give, and quite rightly so. Well, I think we just need to get our breath back after that. How about a poem? I've got a great one for you coming up right now, and it's from Finn Franklin. It's a class winner. It's called the Cats Protection League, and it might just not be the kind of Cats Protection League you think it's going to be about. Listen now to the skill of Finn Franklin.
Manx Radio's coverage of the Manx Music Festival is brought to you with Spectrum Windows. Find them on Facebook or spectrumwindows.im.
The Cats Protection League by Roger McGough. Midnight. A knock at the door. Open it? Better had. 3 heavy cats. Mean and bad. They offer protection. I ask, what for? The boss cat snarls. You know the score. Listen, man, and listen good. If you want to stay in the neighbourhood, pay your dues, or the Toms will call and wail each night on the backyard wall. Mangle the flowers, and as for the lawn, a smelly minefield awaits you at dawn. These guys meant business, without a doubt. 3 cans of tuna, I handed them out. They then disappeared like bats into hell. Those bad, bad cats from the CPL.
Very well done to Finn Franklin, and the Cats Protection League was his choice of poem. This is the spoken word for 11-year-olds, and they were given a choice of 3 poems. It was the one that you've heard, Cats Protection League by Roger McGough, Dad's Hiding in the Shed by John Foster, or The Kraken, which is by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Always very clever choice in these, where there are set pieces, because it gives the young people a variety of styles and kinds of poetry, so they can pick the one that they're most comfortable with. Almost 30 young people took part in the class, and there was a really good spread around the choices. There was an even spread between A, B and C. But I have to say that I do have a secret fondness for the poetry of Roger McGough, and I think that you'd agree that Finn delivered that one for us beautifully. Right, now, I needed my wonderful engineer and portable brain, Tim Price, to help me out with the next one, because we had a couple of groups that didn't give a lot away from their names. We had competing in the trio and ensemble classes, we had the Shimmerelles and we had the Shimmers, and we're going to listen to the Shimmerelles now. And the Shimmerelles are Jane Corkill, Ruth Tickle and Naomi Cole. And this is how they sound all together, shimmering onto the stage, a class-winning performance.
Afraid of the dark.
And that was the sound of the Shimmerelles. They won the Any Voice Trio class. They were accompanied by Wendy McDowell and their Jane Corkill, Ruth Tickle and Naomi Cole. And of course, classic Rodgers and Hammerstein, You Will Never Walk Alone. Now, another class that same evening, we're just looking at some winning performances from Monday night, because I do try to just sort of mix up so that you can hear as much, and also we can make up as much contrast in the programme as we can. So further in that evening, there was a quartet class, and the rules, we've just heard the Any Voice Trio. In the quartets, it's soprano, alto, bass and tenor. So again, accompanist is Wendy McDowell, and we have the Shimmers to sing for you now. Again, it's 90 marks for a winning performance here, and the Shimmers are Ruth Tickle, Jane Corkill, Paul Costain and Chris Sullivan, and together they're going to sing 1,000 Years.
Heart beats fast, colours and promises. How to be brave? How can I love when I'm afraid to fall? But watching you stand alone, all of my doubts suddenly goes away somehow. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. Time stands still, beauty in all she is. I will be brave, I will not let anything take away what's standing in front of me. Every breath, every hour has come to this. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. And all along I believed I had found you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. One step closer. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more.
think that was seriously gorgeous, wasn't it? That was the sound of the Shimmers. Jane Corkill, Ruth Tickle, Chris Sullivan and Paul Costain. And 1,000 years, 90 marks for that. And just listening to Paul's voice there, it's a great disappointment to us all that unfortunately Paul can't sing as much in the Guild as he would wish. He's just so very, very busy on the farm. And that's life, isn't it? You know, the day job, as you might say, has to come first, and the demands of the farm are very great. And so Paul has had to pull out of a lot of the solo singing that he was going to do. He said last year when he won his 3rd Cleveland medal, he said he wouldn't compete in the specials again, but he was looking forward to doing the other classes. And indeed, he was down for them. But unfortunately, pressure of work, that's not possible. And it often happens. I was talking to Simon Fletcher, and he said, you know, he's just going through a very, very busy time. He's just finished working on a play, and everything has to fit together. The pieces of the jigsaw have to come together, don't they? But at least people like Simon and Paul, as long as they know that we miss them, that's the important thing, and they've just got to come back. Now let's turn our attention to this Cleveland medal, because I was talking last night about the 3 special classes that I could tell you who'd won the classes. For these are the male voices. I could tell you who'd won them and what mark they had, but they had to wait until all the ladies sang today to see where the highest marks lay, because those who will sing for the Cleveland medal are the ones across all the classes who've got the highest mark, irrespective of their voice type. So we were left last night with fine singing from all the men, but we had Timothy Asbridge, who won the special tenor solo with 88, Neil Taverner won the special baritone solo with 90, and Graham Crowe won the special bass solo with 90. And also Matthew Quinn was close behind Neil Taverner with 89 marks. So we had the ladies singing today, and wonderful performances. It was just a huge concert again this afternoon with wonderful singing, lots of contrast in the pieces, and just a very, very entertaining afternoon there back in the Royal Hall. And when all the marks were taken into account, I can tell you now that the 6 people who will be competing for the Cleveland medal, because they got the highest marks in competition yesterday and today, are Graham Crowe for his 90 marks, Neil Taverner for 90, Matthew Quinn for 89, Karen Elliot, who today was awarded 91 marks and winner of the special soprano class, Ruth Tickle with 90 marks, again a winning performance, and Debbie Gooding, who also had 90 marks. And so those are the 6 very, very accomplished singers who will be entertaining you on Friday night on stage in the Royal Hall. It's going to be a terrific night. I'll tell you the whole running order for the night in just a moment. But let's listen to Debbie. This is Debbie Gooding going to sing for you now one of her 2 pieces that she sang this afternoon, Debbie Gooding and Nocturne.
Grief
Beautiful voice of Debbie Gooding, and her accompanist was Frank Woolley. And the rules for these classes, for these special solo voice classes, are the performer must choose one song either by Michael Head, by Fauré or Bach. And Debbie chose Nocturne by Michael Head. And the second song that they sing, contrasting piece, it's a complete own choice. And for her second piece, Debbie chose a piece by the composer Bellini. Just let me tell you about Friday night, just before we hear some music next from Ruth Tickle. Ruth is going to sing for you. But this is Friday night. It is going to be a great night in the Royal Hall of the Villa Marina. And we start the evening with the Sheffield Plate, 6 o'clock. And this is for our young voices. We will have 6 finalists there for the Sheffield Plate. We know 4 of the places. 2 places have still to be decided because the classes have yet to be held. But we know that Parker Kissack will be singing, so will Cara Rolls. Lila King, who's the present holder of the Sheffield Plate, she'll be singing again, and so will Loena Jockin. You might recall, if you were listening last night, Cara and Loena sang for us last night, and we heard Lila earlier in the week. We've 2 classes still to be held, and the winners of those will take up the last 2 places for the Sheffield Plate. So Friday night, 6 o'clock, Royal Hall for the Sheffield Plate. That's followed by the community choirs, and we've got 5 community choirs taking part. And the lovely thing about this is that they deliver a little own choice programme, maximum time of 10 minutes. But of course, because they're community choirs, there's no rules about how many people can be in them or an age range. You can have children, teenagers, older people. Truly a choir that reflects the community where they meet and they sing. So that will be very, very entertaining. And then that's followed at 8 o'clock by the vocal duets final. Now, this was something we were talking briefly about last night when we were listening to some of the duet classes. The ladies, the mixed voice and male voice duet classes, the winners of each of those classes sing again for the Balaun Rose Bowl. And then at 8:30, it will be the Cleveland Medal Test. And I've just told you there are the 6 people who will be singing again, and one of them will take home this year's Cleveland Medal. And it's always special, isn't it? But this is the 100th anniversary of the Cleveland Medal, and so I think that's just give it a little extra edge. Ruth Tickle has secured her place in Friday night's competition. Let's listen to her sing for you now. This is Ruth Tickle and a song that's called If I.
Can stop one heart from breaking, I shall not live in vain. If I can ease one life the aching, or cool one pain, or help one fainting robin unto his nest again, I shall not live in vain. I shall not live in vain. I shall not live in vain.
beautifully accompanied there by Graham Kirkland. That was Ruth Tickle, and the song If I by Laurie Lateman, and that was Ruth's own choice. From the set of composers, she picked music by Bach, and for the two combined had 90 marks and a place in the Cleveland Medal Test. Now we're going to hear some music from a lady who we see in the music world a lot, but rarely now hear her singing. And she's Angela Stewart. And Angela has a Cleveland Medal to her credit, but devotes so much of her time and energy to her choir, Manx Voices, where she's the musical director. But she was tempted back just for the joy of being part of the specials class, just because it's the 100th anniversary year. And here I must just put in a little commercial for my friend and colleague Chris Quirk here at Manx Radio, who has been down at the Villa and doing lots of filming, talking to people and making little films up. Do please take a look, because he's doing great work. There's lots of videos. You can have a look on the Facebook page. If you go to facebook.com, search for Manx Radio, you'll find one video. There'll be one that you can see easily, and then from that you can click on to the library, if you might say. You can go and look where it says see more or view more. You can go and do that and look at more. Look around. There's loads of them. They're very different people talking about different things. Well worth browsing through. You might get a few surprises as well, because there might be one or two things there that people that you don't associate so readily with the Guild. It's well worth a look. Or you can access through our website. Go to manxradio.com, and there's a tab at the top that says videos. If you click on that, you will find a complete playlist of all Guild videos. And if you struggle a little bit with technology, and I often do, I find a good way to get around any technical problems with, social media or websites that Ask a Young Person. They're absolutely brilliant. These programmes, the whole series of Today at the Guild, the Sunday night programmes and the Monday to Friday as well, they're all available as podcasts. Again, just go to manxradio.com, look into the podcast tab, look for Today at the Guild, and you will find them all there. The podcasts stay there for ever and ever. So do please encourage your friends to listen to this wonderful music. So Angela Stewart, with her lovely contralto voice, went in to the special solo class for her voice type. Same rules apply. Performers must choose either a song by Michael Head, Foray or Bach, and then a song of their own choice. Let's listen now as Angela sings by Michael Head, Foxgloves, and her accompanist is Frank Woolley. This is Angela Stewart.
Every crimson bell down Saturday in fairy 1,000 ages
Angela Stewart and Foxgloves by Michael Head. She was accompanied there by Frank Woolley, and Angela won the special contralto solo class, but with those high marks from her friends in the other classes, unfortunately didn't this time qualify for place in the final. But she was a very happy lady when I saw her after the competition, very glad to have taken part. And we are also very glad that, I think I was taken overall, that we had a much higher number of people in the special classes taken overall. So that's good, that's great, that's what we want, everybody joining in. And I mentioned that Karen Elliot also had a high mark. She won the special soprano class, just one mark ahead. And you could hear in Sarah Jeffrey's voice, the adjudicator's voice, she was so torn. So often she's been so torn in her first and second places. There's so little to choose between the singers. She said this over and over. But it was 91 marks for Karen, so both she and Ruth qualify for the Cleveland Medal test, but it was Karen who won the special soprano solo class. And let's listen to her choice of Michael Head song. She's accompanied again by Graham Kirkland, and this is Karen singing Holiday in Heaven.
I saw the people dance by the water as if I had been there. The grey-haired mother with the golden daughter. Oh, it was green there. Ben told Goody and gay young Billy, dancing away like the daffodilly, and lovely Margaret, tall as a lily, moved like a queen there.
Great work there by Karen Elliot, who said to me out of the competition, she said, it's not the silverware, it's not the things that you get singing. She said, it's just being a part of it. And I don't know whether it's just me, whether I'm getting to be a sentimental old thing, but we always say that the Guild is a family, and it's a family because everybody loves to meet up and chat and are very mutually supportive. But I have noticed this year particularly, there've been families, father, daughter, mother, daughter, taking part and really enjoying just being together. I think we've had this year probably one of the strongest really family feels in the Guild, and it really is lovely because it is in every way a family. It's not about bitter rivalries. It is about encouraging everybody along on the road to perfection. I've got something gorgeous for you now, completely gorgeous. It is Aalish Kilgallon playing the harp. Our harpist on the island owe a great deal to Rachel Hare for all the encouragement and tuition that she gives. Let's play out now with Aalish with the second piece from her class-winning performance. In fact, a piece by Rachel Hare, Glenbervie. Aalish Kilgallon. Beautiful playing, class-winning playing there from Aalish Kilgallon.
Manx radio coverage of the Manx Music Festival is brought to you with Spectrum Windows. Find them on Facebook or spectrumwindows.im.
The Nation Station.